A new Garten of Banban game just released like 2 days ago. It's a prequel to the whole series, but I have myself wondering, is it actually good? As I've already mentioned, Garten of Banban 0 is a prequel to the entire Garten of Banban series. It's full of a lot of memes, action, and is actually the only mainline standalone Garten of Banban game where you don't play as a human. I also want to mention the fact that I've never actually played any of the Banban games, other than the first one, which is free. I've only watched them, but I've done some research to help me understand some of the references and the like. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into Garten of Banban 0. The game begins very similarly to the first, with a freeze frame and a clock, mentioning how time is important in a lap. Once that's over and done with, the actual game begins. You spawn in this small room with a bed, 2 tables, and a window on one wall showing a couple of connecting rooms. You're told the controls, and then this screen on a wall administers what I can only assume to be a competency test, making sure whoever you're controlling is at proper functioning capacity. It's at this point the player is supposed to understand you're playing as a case subject. Once the test is over, a young Banban greets you, making friends, and gives you a keyring to store your keycards on. It's a little weird to store keycards on a ring, but maybe that's just me. The keyring has a cool function with it, that being that you can find keychains scattered around the kindergarten to put on it. There's keychains of Nab Nab, Captain Fiddles, Syringeon, Banbalina, Banban, Bittergiggle, Jumbo Josh, Stinger Flynn, and Opilabird. I chose to use the Captain Fiddles one. I think his face looks silly. Anyways, after the keyring nonsense, Banban leads you into this massively tall room with all these openings and doors and eyes staring down at you. Some of the doors require ladders to be accessed, which is kind of strange considering this is supposed to be used like day to day by these people, but let's move on from that. Banban leads you to Banbalina, but it's apparent that here everyone refers to each other by their case number. In this case, you are 4, Banban is 6, Banbalina is 7, and the others are a bunch of other numbers I don't want to say. If you want to know them, why don't you play the game, you stupid idiot? Anyways, Banban tries to get you to be friends with Banbalina, but she's too pretentious and smart to be your friend, so Banban sets you loose to become friends with the other subjects. All of the other subjects in the room are these Javanium blobs, some which are voiced by content creators, which is... I guess it gives you sort of a sense of whiplash. Oh yeah. I gave him a little car.
What have I done? Greed will be the end of all of us. The treasure is all yours, new guy. I don't want any of it.
This one here speaks Spanish,
Me han dado la tarea de resolver esta extraña pantalla.
which makes me think he's supposed to be Zolfius, while the others are Javanium citizens. At least that's how I view it. Once you've done all the puzzles to make friends, including giving Banbalina her bow, which she does not deserve, and play a quick game of hide and seek, Syringeon comes in and tells Banban that the higher-ups are replacing him or something. I couldn't really tell. In any event, he takes a Javanium blob, Banbalina has a panic attack, and we go to bed. But since nothing can be easy in this world, Banban wakes us up, little scamp, and leads us to a red door in the atrium to show us a surprise. The idiot forgets his keycard, sends you and this ploy to sell more merchandise to go find it. We do, and he still can't open it, so he calls upon his best friend Nab Nab to open the door. Once that's done, they lead you to a large room with a big old door. But uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! You need 5 people to open the door, and Trufflefoot is too light and precious to do it. So you need 2 more bodies. Banban sends you to find some more bodies, which leads you to this room with Bittergiggle in it. He was apparently left here tied to this gurney, and now tranquilizer gas is leaking and you need to shut it off. The puzzle is pretty simple at first glance. All you really need to do is use these left and right arrows to move this panel and press the up arrow when these 2 lines touch. And you have to make sure this red light isn't attached to a monitor that has a sad face on it. But this puzzle is so unforgiving. The margin of error is so small that I spent like an hour here. Nevertheless, once you do all of that and release Bittergiggle, he finds his pet Kittysaurus under a box, which is not something that I was expecting to see. And you all go to the big room and open the door. This goat-snake hybrid comes out, lunges at you, Nab Nab saves you, and gets frickin' eaten. Banban dies, and you run after it with Kitty, Bittergiggle, and Truffletoot. Whew! Let's take a moment to rest. You could subscribe if you feel like it. just a little longer. Alright, I feel good. Let's continue. Once you return to the atrium, the monster eats these two schmucks, and Banban comes back because he's alive, I guess. Well, he has to be, because the second game and all that, or actually the whole series. Let's get back on track. The three who remain fall through the floor into a tunnel. You take Truffletoot and split with Banban to find a way out, but oops! The snake's back, and it eats Banban, then you, and then Banban goes goon mode and kills the monster in this cinematic cutscene. There's a lot that's going on in this game. Well, once he's dead, you can go into this red opening from a ladder, and using a hammer obtained from outside the gas leak room and a key card from a chest inside an igloo at the start of the game, you enter a room with this snail named Slow Celine. She says some lore stuff, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, back to Banban. He says there may be right about him, meaning like the scientists who say that he's like a monster, but maybe not, and takes you to the room Syringin came out of and locks you in a closet. He says that when the time's right, when the game is over, he'll come find you. And then the game ends. It's confirmed in the Garten of Banban 8 trailer that you've been playing as this guy. Flumbo. A Banban-like blue guy who's trapped in this closet and meant to replace Banban. So that's cool, I guess. Anyways, Garten of Banban 0 isn't bad. I'd actually say it's pretty fun. For being a free game, there's a lot of stuff you've got to work with. 2 sets of collectibles, at least 4 puzzles, and while that doesn't seem like a lot, this game isn't very long. I'd say it only takes 50 minutes to an hour to complete it. It seems like the Euphoric Brothers really threw out the filler, condensed their dialogue, and focused on making a genuinely good and engaging game. This is a real improvement from previous entries, and I hope the Euphoric Brothers can take what they've learned here and apply it to their upcoming entries. The public opinion seems to pretty much agree with me, at least that's what the Steam reviews are saying. I give Garten of Banban 0 a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty fun. If you want to check out the game for yourself, it'll be linked in the description as it always is with these types of videos. I recommend you try it and compare its quality with the first one. That's all for me today. See you all later, goodbye.